What's up, everybody? I do want to say thank you to everybody watching these videos. Now, on the Clay Bro channel, YouTube is not letting me post probably until December. So we're going to be posting videos on this channel here, and I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. So thank you very much for that. But let's jump into the video today, see what we have going on. Cryptocurrency prices are falling, and that's okay at the moment. Now, right after the Federal Reserve raised prices, but lowered interest rates by 25 basis points, we saw prices rising. Right now, we're getting a little bit of profit taking happening, and that's okay to see a little bit of red. Bitcoin still doing very well at 115,600. Ethereum still about that $4,500 level. XRP at $3. Solana $237 as we are rising and rising beautifully. Now the overall indicators, 72 for altcoin season. It is in full swing. Fear and greed sitting at a level of 52 right now. Very neutral, right? We don't have enough greed to really see prices kicking off, especially seeing meme coins kick off. But we have got some of the biggest news in cryptocurrency, and that is the fact that the Dogecoin and XRP ETFs, both of these were launched yesterday, right? See record $54 million volume. But prices are holding flat, so let's discuss it. If it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. Now, this is absolutely incredible. The newly launched Ripple ETF has seen the largest day one trading volume of any ETF launched this year. Guys, cryptocurrency is getting the most attention out of any ETF that has been launched this year. Think about that. We're talking about traders, right? Typically involved in stocks and so on, using their brokers, are flocking to crypto more than any other ETF. It says the Dogecoin ETF ranks in the top 10 launches for the year, and price action has been muted, likely because XRP and Doge aren't spot ETFs. It says the newly launched XRP and Dogecoin exchange-traded funds recorded a combined $54 million on their first day of launch. Yet their underlying tokens showed little reaction, with both continuing to move sideways. Now, the Rex Osprey's newly launched Ripple ETF XRPR recorded $37.7 million during its first day of trading, which, according to Bloomberg analyst Eric, makes it the largest day one volume for ETFs in 2025. Furthermore, he notes that XRPR tallied $24 million in volume within the first 90 minutes of trading. He added that this was 5 times larger than any of the XRP futures ETFs on their launch, and he explains that this was larger than he'd expected. Similarly, the analyst was surprised by the Dogecoin ETF, which notched $17 million in trading volume on its day one. He said he anticipated around 2.5 million, nothing too special, and that his predictions were destroyed in the first hour of trading, during which Doge has already clocked $6 million in volume. Now, for traders and investors hoping that these ETFs will become a springboard for the price of XRP and Dogecoin, and just as they were for Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's been a little bit of disappointment. At present, XRP is down about 1%, and Dogecoin is down about 1.97% to around 27 cents. It says that things are a little bit different this time around. These two ETFs aren't spot ETFs. They don't hold the underlying digital asset directly. This is because they took a different application route using the Investment Company Act of 1940 as opposed to the Securities Act of 1933, the latter of which Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs were used for launch. The 1940 Act can fast-track the approval window, but it comes with some caveats, namely in which the ETF is allowed to hold. These ETFs cannot hold a single asset. For example, the XRPR comprises 80% of the net assets in instruments to provide exposure to XRP. More specifically, XRP investments in a Cayman Islands subsidiary that acquires XRP tokens, and it also purchases shares in foreign ETPs that track XRP. The same can be said for Dogecoin, and this is likely the reason that markets have been barely responding to the news, as they're not true spot ETFs. That said, there are plenty of other spot XRP, Doge, and other altcoin ETFs piling up, and many are expected to launch this year. And as they do, guys, the amount of volume and the amount of interest in these cryptocurrency ETFs is greater than any other ETF that has been launched in 2025. This is huge news. Now, the price action may not be reflected in the overall excitement of these ETFs because, of course, the overall market is pulling back today. Yesterday, no matter what crypto you looked at, it didn't have to be XRP or Dogecoin. Whatever cryptocurrency you looked at, yesterday was a very slow day. And as you can see over the last 24 hours, a lot of profit taking is occurring. SUI is down 6%, Dogecoin was down almost 6%, Bitcoin Cash is down 6%. This is a rather large swing over a 24-hour period. But as you can see, we are still doing very well over the last couple of weeks, especially considering Dogecoin, right? Tapping resistance levels, and XRP tapping those resistance levels around the $3 mark. So I do believe that we have got a lot of good news and a lot of rally ahead of us. The only thing we have to do is get through the day-to-day volatility. So I'm excited about it. I do use the KCEX exchange, which is what you guys see on the screen right now. I hold Dogecoin on the KCEX exchange. If you guys are interested, you got a link in it, or a link for it down in the description. You can trade on up to 75x leverage. From there, do not forget that all of these little ETFs, little meme coins, could benefit from these ETFs. The more exposure the cryptocurrency has, the better off we could see prices in the future. Now, because Dogecoin is doing so well lately, I'm excited about Maxi Doge. You guys got a link for this one in the description as well. If you want to check it out, $2.3 million raised in the last couple of weeks. A lot of very good things happening as, of course, altcoin season is in full swing. So let me know what you guys are buying down in the comments below. And until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.